is probably going to be valuable to you at some point in your network marketing career. So let's roll. So everybody has a story, and I love to hear people's story because it's how they started. And what did they overcome? Things like that. Okay, so I was in Navy Special Operations. This is me jumping out of the back of a helicopter.
Wow.
Do you notice the fins?
Yeah.
Okay, right? So notice the fins. So these are water insertions. They're a little bit more challenging than landing on the ground. I was a deep sea diver defusing bombs underwater. Okay? And then I was also sneaking on enemy ships and dragging bombs behind me. Does that guy look happy?
No.
No.
You look.
Not happy. Why not? I wanted a family. Okay, as tough as I was, it didn't matter because I had this drive that I wanted a family.
Yeah.
But I had a challenge. I had a problem. What was the problem? I had no marketable skills.
Your wife would want you.
By the way, that's Buckshot. She used to jump out of airplanes with me, and when I would go diving, she would circle where my bubbles were the whole time. Okay? So I had a soft spot, and that was I wanted a family. Okay? And so I thought, what do I do? I'm stuck. So I went to the Washingtonian magazine, our newspaper, and I found an ad. It said, $, $20,000 a month, top salesperson needed, wear Italian tailor-made suits, check, drive a fancy European sports car, I have, and now like my Raptor better. If you have the courage to call, it can make you rich. We'll train, and then the phone number. That's not the phone number, but you get the idea.
Right.
So, what was it that caused me to answer that ad? Will train. The only thing I cared about. You see, how does one learn to dive to the ocean floor, defuse bombs, shoot? It's training. Okay? Nobody pops out of mama's belly and knows how to do these things. And so you have to train. And I learned in special operations that anything I ever want to become, it's training. If I block off training, if I resist training and learning, I cannot get better or get what I want. All right, that's my first major point. Okay, so this person brought me to a Regency hotel, and his name was Dr. Hung Tai Wong. He had 2 PhDs. He was a chemist at NIH. And so all thoughts of me going to college were out the window because he had 2 PhDs, but he was selling hair care and skin care, making $88,000 a month that month.
Wow.
And I thought, why would anybody learn anything else? Like, why go to school? You know? Boys, forget what I just said. So now you get the idea of where I sat. And so I joined. And 5 years later, I was at $150,000 a month.
Woo!
Why? Because I trained. I
Yeah,
drilled. I
yeah.
drilled until I couldn't do it wrong.
Yes.
Right? And then I became knowledgeable in network marketing, so I retired at that point. And then 18 years later, the company bought my business back from me. So if anybody says it's not your business, that's not true, because the company bought my business back from me. All right, I became knowledgeable in network marketing because I studied the attacks by the media and others, and I can recognize a coordination.
Okay. Tell us.
Where am I going?
Yes,
Come on.
tell us.
I'm going to really reveal a whole lot of stuff to you guys,
Yes,
all right? So,
yes.
so I was able to see the coordination between the media and others, all right? So that's it. So in my retirement, I wrote this video right here called Brilliant Compensation, and it was, you still have a VCR? It was a sensation at the time. The Wall Street Journal reached out to me and wanted to do an interview, and then when I asked him, okay, so what's the interview about? And he says, well, we want to find out what you're doing and things like that. And I go, okay, good. And what's your are you writing it, or is the editor already giving you the position? And he goes, I've already got a position. I go, okay, so just go ahead and reveal it to me. And he goes, well, I'm looking for somebody who was successful in life but couldn't succeed in network marketing. And I go, no, why would you do that? Right? And I go, so no, you can't, you're not going to interview me. Washingtonian Magazine did a good article. Larry King right here from CNN. I did a debate on pyramid schemes, Ponzi schemes, and legitimate network marketing. It was a really good one. The whole video is on network marketing power. You can see it. I was asked to teach a college course at the University of Illinois at Chicago, and then we put that in so many different countries. So we were in Taipei, Taiwan, we were in Colombia, we were all over the place doing this certificate course at colleges across the globe, okay? All right, so, and then I was recently interviewed by Grant Cardone on Network Marketing Mogul. So that's a little bit about my background. All right, so let's get into the issues you might run into. Is this one of those pyramid schemes? Has anybody heard that?
Yes.
I was walking down the hallway, and there was a lady that walked out and saw me. She walks over and she has tears in her eyes. And I said, what's the matter? And she said, my son thinks that I'm in a scam and that I'm going to be put in jail.
Oh, God.
I said, do me a favor.
Concerned by his mom.
As soon as I start talking, press record. I'll talk to him.
Yes.
All right.
Come on, Mr. Tim.
So here we go. This guy, he's a puppet. I'm not invalidating him. He's just chosen a profession where he's going to talk for someone else, right? And so he's up there and he's saying if it's shaped like a pyramid, it's a pyramid. All right, so here's a shape of a pyramid, and then you have these little numbers right here, and then more of those numbers, and that's a 4x4, right? Okay, it just so happens I had seen that before.
Oh.
You like that right there? He is the fire team leader, and he's got two shooters on either side. And this is where he sits right here, the fire team leader. Here's the shooters. Okay? This person right here is a squad leader because the squad has 4 fire teams. And this right here is the platoon leader, and he has 4 squad leaders. That is actually called decentralized command.
You better make it.
Let's go, Ted.
Make it.
Would you rather be receiving real-time 84 communications to this person, or would you rather get 4?
4.
Wow.
It's not a pyramid.
Right.
Okay? It's not a pyramid. It is a decentralized command where you only manage 4 to 6 people at a time.
Right.
Because that is what we have learned off of all the tests, that's the the best, okay? All right. And so then secondary is we never know how big of a war Congress is going to get us into. And so we have to be able to rapidly expand. How do we do it? We take this person right here. He's going to pop up here. He's going to become a platoon leader. This person right here, the fire team leader, is going to pop up to that position. We're going to put a new shooter right there.
Yep.
And it's rapid expansion.
Yes.
Okay? Now you get the idea of what this really is. Okay, moving on.
I love it.
This right here, a lot of people have made a mistake by saying this is the pyramid scheme. No, this is actually the structure that PartnerCo uses at corporate. So don't say that. Okay? So you have shareholders up here, you have the CEO and president, vice president, managers, and employees. Now, each level typically earns less. That's what creates the chain of command. You following me?
Yes.
All right. Each level has a different compensation. Okay? So there's different packages. And so when they go out to Katie or they go out to a high-level management person, they have to negotiate what that contract's going to look like. Is there stock involved? Is there this and that? And so they just get different compensations. It's all good. So traditional structure doesn't mean pyramid. This structure is best for people who want a job.
Okay.
I want people to have jobs. Okay? I really, really do. It's not best if people who want to acquire customers. So if you want to be in the acquisition team, you can get paid far better in network marketing than any other structure. Okay? And I'm going to prove that out to you in just a little bit. Okay. So this slide is probably the greatest thing that I've ever created in network marketing because it puts network marketing in context. And so anytime you're talking to somebody who thinks that it's a pyramid or they're upset at you or something like that, they don't know business, and so therefore they don't know how to put network marketing in a bucket. So I just broke this down into something simple, which is, okay, product-based businesses. I'm not doing service-based businesses. So you start with raw resources and you move this way, okay? So soil, plants, animal, water, that's raw resources. Then you're going to manufacture those into vegetables, into vitamins, minerals, herbs, spices, milk, cream, meat. You get the idea?
Yeah.
We're moving a product, a raw resource, across this line. And then you're going to have the branding, marketing, legal, license, packaging, and all those things, all right? And so then, after that, you got logistics, which is where you're going to pick, pack, ship, and get it to the customer around the globe. And then, we're going to skip that column for right now. It's customer service, returns, complaints, restocking in different countries. Okay, what's left? What's missing? The acquisition. This group right here. All companies have all these options. What options? Brick and mortar store, online store, or sales rep. Everybody has that option. What the compensation plan in that company is doesn't matter. It's up to the company on how they want to do it. The least profitable to the company is network marketing. That means we get the most. Okay? All right. You got it. So we acquire the customer, we service the customer. It's different than this customer service because they handle complaints, restocking, and so forth. We want to serve them to ensure they get results with a product. All right. We get the highest margins and we have the most security. When I say highest margins, I'm talking about from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. We get the highest margins. We're the last people who will ever be let go because we're the only ones swiping credit cards. As valuable as the CEO is, at the end of the day, the last person that he'll fire are the people who are getting credit card swiped.
That part.
Right? That just makes so much sense because we're the only ones bringing company money in. So I've always said, before Partner Co., I said, I want to partner with people who do this, and I only want to do this. How ironic that I ended up on a stage in Partner Co. when I've been saying that all these years.
Wow.
Kind of meant to be.
That's it.
All right, let's go to the next one. People at the top make most of the money. Ever hear that?
Yeah.
Is it true?
No.
I don't know.
Is it ever true?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So, top of what? I'm giving you how you answer this question, by the way. Just ask them the question. Top of what? Well, the whole thing. Yeah, I know. I don't know if you guys know, but Miriam just squashed the FTC on this issue, where the person came out, the witness, and they gave all of the same pitches you guys hear. People at the top make all the money. It's a pyramid scheme, and it all rolls up to that one person. I wish, but it doesn't. Okay? So the judge in Texas said, I'm not having any of that. Dismissed all of their evidence, if you will. Okay, so what do I say? I say top of nothing. I'm at the top of what? Nothing. So when I joined, my wife and I had a 1-month-old baby. He's 13 years old, sitting over there. And I'm sitting there. There's no sales in the company. I'm at the top. I'm at the top of nothing. If you just came in last night, you're at the top of nothing. And you have a whole bunch of people waiting to train you.
Right.
That's where you sit. You're not at the bottom. You're at the top of nothing.
I like that.
And every business does that unless they buy it first, and then there's some things underneath it. But everybody who starts a business comes up with an idea, and they're at the top of nothing. Okay, people who get in early, it's almost the same question. I'm just going to answer this one differently. Make the most of the money. That's not true in network marketing. And then, but they also take the most risk, and they lose most often. Who wants to join a company that there's nobody in?
Right.
Right? Only me being dumb, right? And I'll never do that one again. Okay, so this one's going to make a whole lot of sense to the lady whose son thinks that she's in a scam or something. Okay, so here's me, and I called Stefan Page. He called me, actually. And we're in the middle of talking, and he goes, "Are you trying to recruit me, buddy?" I go, "That rusty, huh?" In other words, I've been retired for 18 years. I wasn't on my A game. So if I have $50,000 of volume in my 3 levels, all right, Partner Co pays 7 levels. If I put 7 levels here, it would go beyond the slide. So I just broke it off at 3. Every company has to break this off at some level. All right, so I have 3 levels, and I have $50,000 of sales. And if you come in right here, and then you have 1 level, 2 level, 3 level, and you have $5 million of sales volume, you make more money than me, even though you're in my downline. Mm-hmm. So that's a crescendo moment for it being a pyramid scheme, because all of the witnesses in the pyramid case act like it all rolls up. In fact, in the 1970s, Amway won against the FTC because they had said that that was the case for 7 years until it closed, and they didn't win. Okay, so FTC didn't win that one. All right, so now you guys can see it doesn't go infinite. It's just levels that it cuts off. Okay, so what about our base pay? It goes infinite until you make $2,000. So it's a segment. All right. Now I'm going to do some comparisons. So if you were in a traditional company, let's say Procter & Gamble, and you go out and you acquire customers, and so you're going to have toothpaste and toothbrushes, and you're going to have, like lotions and stuff like that at Walgreens, and and maybe you walk up and say, "Hey, I want to get in 7-Eleven as a sales rep," and you do. You get all 46,000 stores. Well, the first thing that the company wants to do is to get you into a contract, employee contract, because then in that fine print they're going to say you have no upside or future income from our acquisitions. So you bring in 7-Eleven and you get paid the commission and the salary, but you do not get lifetime value.
Wow.
Okay? That's very different, and most people don't understand it. They don't get it. And so that is why Procter & Gamble has $39 billion in profit in 2023. It's because all of those sales reps for the last century have exchanged their time for money and a little bit of commission, but they don't have all that value still underneath them. And also, you are on the poor man tax, which is W-2. So John and Darren decided, hey, we want our people to be independent. We're going to put them on a 1099. That's the wealthy tax. So this trip, I'm not your accountant, and I'm not an accountant. So ask your accountant. But this might be a tax write-off. You being here. All right. So they enjoy that profit for decades. And Partner Co., brand partners, for the life of the sales volume, and we get the wealthy tax code. Yeah, you should understand that. It's the most valuable thing I say up here because it is better. It really is better. And all of the salespeople that are out there in these other businesses who want to work for a company so that they can get stability, if you want to call it that, there's just one point, and I'm going to show it to you in a second, of why they want a salary.
Okay.
All right. So network marketing is not attacked by the media because it's bad. It's attacked because it's better. It's a threat to the established model. Nothing
Yes.
in the media that they go after, like, you got to look at what they go after. It's a threat.
Yes.
Okay? It's not. They're trying to make us all victims, and you just notice what they attack. Normally anything I see there I'm attacking, I'm like, I'm going to go look at that.
That part.
Okay? And disgruntled brand partners or distributors or representatives dislike network marketing and claim that it didn't work.
They didn't work.
That's it.
What's the it that didn't work?
They didn't work. They didn't work.
Okay. So this right here is my life and it's your life. This is the battlefield, this is the basketball court, this is the football field, this is everything. This is the chessboard. This is where we live. Right here is the only thing you get paid on. And this right here is where it all starts. There's 4 ways to get leads: warm outreach, cold outreach, post content, and advertise. That's the only 4 ways that anybody has. And then all you do is move them to a presentation. Put them in front of a video, put them in front of yourself, put them in front of a Zoom, a cafe, or whatever. You follow up with them about 7 times. I've seen no statistical increase after 7-time follow-up. And you get a brand partner, or you don't. Not interested. Okay? And so showing 10 people the presentation equals 1. 9 are not interested. Get over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
We play.
That's it. That's the numbers game.
We play failing to wealth.
Yes.
That's the game we play.
Yes.
Don't get drama. So yes, a lot of times I hear drama. You can do drama or you cannot do drama. So I don't jump up and down when somebody joins, and I don't collapse on the floor if somebody doesn't join. I just go, okay, what's next? And
Come
I
on
start
now.
moving another person across the pipeline. And in its simplicity, and I want you to get this, this is part of the crescendo. In its simplicity, what is it? We are putting people in front of a presentation.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
I don't know what else to say. When I get simple, I understand things really better, and you're just putting people in. And so, why isn't my team growing? They're not moving people in front of a presentation.
Yes,
That's it.
yes,
That's
yes.
all there'll ever be. Okay, if someone doesn't put a high enough quantity of leads in front of the presentation, they say it doesn't work. No business works if the pipeline isn't done in high quantity. And so there's a group of people called the media that attack us, and there are people who attack us because they didn't do enough putting people in front of a presentation. Okay, and so now they don't like it because of it. All right. Now, this right here is the biggest thing I will show you. Linear versus exponential income. So I know the statistics from real estate agents, 5,000 commission, all right, on a $225,000 house, that's the average. And they have to show 17 people in order to sell that house. So they're putting prospects in front of that house. One sold home equals 31 leads across the pipeline. Okay? So on average, 31 leads has to move across the pipeline in order to sell one house. You want 10 homes sold, that's $50,000 a year, you 310 leads across the pipeline. 20 homes, it's going to be 620 leads across the pipeline. If you want to make $1 million a year, it's times 10, so it's 6,200 leads across the pipeline. If you want to earn whatever amount of money in network marketing, you're just doing that same thing. But the difference with the real estate is that they start all over again because the house isn't consumable. Our products are consumable.
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. The real estate broker has a team, but very small compared to network marketing. But they don't have this next factor. Exponential factor, customers. I got 40 customers, and it turned into 36,953 customers.
Wow.
Wow.
Remember when I said it isn't best if you want to acquire customers? Remember I showed you that on the pyramid slide of corporate? It's best if you want to acquire customers, you can't beat this because of the exponential factor. Brand partners, they got 129 of them and it turned into 41,000 of them. That's a 32,000% increase. And what does everybody say out there when you ask them to join you?
I don't want to sell that.
Time.
Yeah. I don't want to do no sales.
Of course they don't have time because they only have 8,660 hours a year if they don't sleep. I have 41,000 hours if my people only work 1 hour in the year.
Wow. Wow.
You get it now.
Yes.
It's better. It's why we're attacked. Because AT&T wouldn't have anybody to pull into their company if they heard that I have made 6 to 7 figure income for 35 straight years. Right? And that's not about me. I'm an example. All right? It's not typical, but there's no reason you can't. I just showed you all of my secrets in simplicity. Okay. So I'm just going to rip through this now. So real estate agents, I did a comparison on all of them. I got a whole bunch of smart people, and they did all of the comparisons. So 11 times more people will earn $100,000 in partner codes comp plan than in real estate.
Wow.
Actors, entertainers, musicians, 14 times more people earn $100,000. YouTube influencers that are out there trying to attack us, 79 times more people will earn $100,000 than a YouTube influencer. Amazon sellers, it's a little bit different model. It's 2 times more people earn $100,000. You don't own the customer, you're the manufacturer. So it's a different model. All right, let me talk to you about why I'm in Partner Code. These guys and who they've hired has changed everything. Really and truly. I was not a part of that first group that took off with them. I was in the room, the Catalyst group, but I was a little more cautious. I defused bombs for a living. I didn't know what I had. I told them, I don't know you. And John said the most brilliant thing I've ever heard in my life. He goes, let's get to know each other.
I love that.
Brilliant idea.
I love
And we
that.
did it. So I'm going to show you what is my pitch deck. Okay, a pitch deck. What is that? A group of investors come in, a person walks in and says, I'm going to pitch you for 5 minutes or something like that. And then the investors are going to say, I want to hear more or no. Okay, so that's my pitch deck. It's a 1-slide pitch deck. Global footprint in 50 countries. If I'm going to build a long-term business that's built to last, I want a lot of markets open. Well, we've got 50 markets open, but they're not in the momentum that we are in. So I suggest that you build in the markets, the top 4. And so the United States and Canada, you go over to Europe, You go over to China and Japan. Work those because we have some power there. All right? And the other ones will come eventually, okay? But they're already open. That's what I'm trying to say. Debt-free, $350 million. We've been saying that for a year. But I've seen these things where we're growing like Sunrise sales of 2,000% or something like that. And so I don't know how to adjust it. So, all right, highest paid to brand partners. This is a true representation.
Come on.
So you can look at some of these companies that are paying half, almost a quarter, and you can see it, where it stacks up. Okay? But the 51% payout that we actually pay out is a little bit blinding. So in my last company, I had to build 12 leaders this way, across. I couldn't build down. If I wanted to put somebody under somebody, I had to forfeit my sponsorship. And so I ended up having, and I know I'm not supposed to walk past this, but I don't know, I had 24 people across the sides. So it had no concentration of power. So even though I'm saying that it pays out more, it's also a better comp plan because we can build to an infinite depth until we get the concentration of power of people instead of stringing them out and creating sidelines.
Right.
So it's a far better comp plan in so many ways.
Yes.
All right, best hook product. All right, so we got a few. Sunrise is right now crushing it. And it has a great retail profit. And so that's one of the things, this is a one-slide pitch deck, then I'm going to be talking about that and others. And then there's the high customer to brand partner ratio. It's one brand partner to 8 to 10 8 to 10 customers on average. What's the difference between the 8 and the 10? It's different countries. Okay, so some countries we have 10 per brand partner and some in 8. Proven system of growth, and that is everything. That's the reason I put it as almost last, is because nobody else has that. And then top leaders in alignment, these little dots versus check marks, these I only talk to with high income producing people from other companies. And so leaders in alignment, Bill of Rights in the Founders Club, and then the lifestyle credits. Okay? All right, so this right here is a thing that sits on my computer. And you give me any volume that any leader has, then I will plug it in and I will compare it to this one right here, which is Partner Co. on the payout. We know exactly the total commissions to the top rep. We know the total payout and the total sales. And so there you go. We just plug the numbers in here and we can tell every compensation plan. We've hit them all.
Major.
All right, last two. So I went to Puerto Vallarta on an incentive trip, and I saw a sign. It was when I first met Mark Patterson. And so we were going in to meet him, and I saw this sign, and I just took a picture of it because I read it, and I was kind of like, huh? Didn't really get it, okay? And then a year later, this picture here, Crystal Vance happened to shoot that picture and sent it to Laura, and I looked at it and I thought it was two models. I didn't know that was us. It's a strange thing when you have this idea and it shows up in your phone and you're like, that's us, right? And the thing is that it was all on credits. In other words, I didn't have to pay for it. Okay, and I'm going to show you this. So each time you attend a corporate event, you got some, you got credits.
Yep.
Each time you get a new customer, you get credits.
Yep.
Credits for what? Lifestyle. New brand partners, pay line volume, growth, title advancements, and power ranking. Every time you do something that contributes, remember the pipeline I showed you?
Right.
And I said the only thing that gets rewarded is that one column? Well, every time you get rewarded, you also get extra credits. It's kind of like the travel industry. where I get on Delta and I fly on Delta, and then they give me credits that gets me to step in the front of the line,
Right.
right, to get on the plane. So that was just a really cool thing to me. All right, and so then here's my wife's dream on that trip, and she always wanted to go to those cool little huts, these little things, and so we went for free. Okay, like if you see that strain in me, she goes, "Come closer," and I'm on a paddleboard, and I'm like, kind of hard to move over there. All right, so here we are, and this right here is not a photo shop. This is my wife. She's on a deserted beach here, right? Like, who has that life? We do.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
So, remember when I said I dreamed of having a wife?
And a family.
Having a family? All right, and so I'm going to tell you that dreams do come true. We were married at the top of a mountain, overlooking two sides, and these little guys right here are our pride and joy. This is not Photoshop. This is Solomon. This is Samson, our horses, or his horses. He puts them on our property. He hunts beaver on our property. We live in a farm way up in the mountains.
Yeah.
We live our dream. It's our dream.
Yes.
Right? It's not your dream,
Right.
maybe, but it's our dream. And I want you. The only reason that I'm still working is I want you to get your dream, because there's no reason that you shouldn't. A lot of times a person puts up an idea and then has an idea that they can't do it. Dismiss that thing. You can do it. You just put people in front of a presentation. I admire you all, and I thank you for your attention.
Thank you.